Hello friends, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Workshop. As you can see, I'm not out in the garage, I am in our kitchen. And the reason for that is we have a problem with the ice maker on our GE refrigerator freezer. So I hope I can give you some information that may help you repair your refrigerator freezer ice maker if you're having similar problems. Now, this was working fine just a few months ago. This refrigerator is probably a good 20 years old. We remodeled our kitchen around that time, and multiple appliances were put in about 20 years ago. So you will find that stuff wears out. It's just how it is, right? Well, this refrigerator freezer has worked well, and I had one other problem with it previously where I had a water line fail in the back.
Okay, so what I run into, if you look at these lines, this is the feed line coming from the valve up on the wall, feeds into the switching mechanism. There are two lines that come out. I don't know what those do, but there's another line, if I can point to it, this line right here.
And I think I did a video on that as well, where I spliced in a repair union type of thing to take care of that, and everything has worked fine up until the ice maker quit working. So the features on this refrigerator freezer offer you a water dispenser, crushed ice, cubed ice, and then has a quick ice button here to make it replenish the ice if it's been used up. There's also a warning here for your water filter. There's a light, a door alarm, and this lock control, which I'm not exactly sure what that does. It really doesn't matter. So if I hit water and I push on the lever here, it'll release water. But if I hit ice and I hit the button, nothing happens. It makes some noise and it tries to cycle, but nothing happens. Let me show you what's going on inside. So a simple way to test this is on the side you have a switch where the door closes and it turns off the light. It basically turns on the freezer function. So I can push that as if the door is closed, hit the button on the outside. Again, it makes noise and doesn't do anything. Take out the ice tray, and what you'll see is there's a panel back there that is the plate that holds the motor, and also this part right here in the center rotates the auger, which releases the ice to the front of the door opening and lets it come out. So when I do all this, and if I close the button and push the trigger, that piece should be rotating, and it's not. So I'm going to take that apart and replace the motor. Okay, in order to do this, it's easier if you remove this tray up on top, and you can remove this tray underneath as well to give you a little extra room. And then there are 4 bolts that hold this in place. Now, of course, you should do this with the power off, but I'm just going to show you that you can take a 1/4 inch socket and remove these bolts. Don't lose those. And now this assembly should remove and come loose. Now, you'll see that there is a plug in the back that this plugs into, and you should be able to release the tab on this and be able to pull this plug out, because ultimately you're changing the motor assembly, nothing else. Okay, let's see if I can get this loose. So I think squeeze those tabs on either side. Yep, just squeeze these in and it'll release it. As you can see, I still have the power on. I'm not going to unplug it at this point because, hey, I already have the motor out. So here's the unit I just took out, and I wanted to show you the new part. This I got off of eBay from a company called partselect.com. They sent me a little magnet as well. And if I open this up, you'll see here's the new motor. Now this one, you may find some variations on these. This has threads up here on the shaft, and these are left-hand threads. So if you were to put a thumbnail in there and start turning it around, you'll see that the thread actually goes down as you're turning counterclockwise. So opposite threads. So what we need to do is do a quick comparison and make sure this looks the same as what's in there, and it does. And then we're going to have to remove this. So right here on this turner, I'm going to try to do this and see if it works. It has a nut welded to a clip, and I'm going to turn that clockwise and unthread that. So that was simple enough. Set that aside. Then I'm going to take the 1/4 inch drill again, and all I want to do is remove the bolts that hold it to the plate. And that should be it for that. And I can also, if you want to, you can unplug that wire, just to have some better access. Make note which side is which. So the orange is facing towards the opening. You know what? I'm not going to remove that. That's on there pretty tight. I don't want to take a chance on damaging it. Okay, again, a comparison here. And we can see the orange one goes to this upper side and the gray one goes to the lower side, and you have a ground. So remove that ground. Remove the orange, remove the gray. Install the gray, install the orange, and then reinstall the ground. That works. Now reinstall the motor to the plate, or install the new motor to the plate, I should say. And these are like self-tapping bolts, so you're going to find they don't just want to go in easily. You're going to have to force them in with the drill, or if you're using a ratchet. And then this will turn on counterclockwise. Oh, that motor turns. That's cool. I don't know if you need to do this or not, but I'm just going to grab a hold of the shaft there. Put a little bit of torque on that. Okay. And we're ready to reinstall. Okay, we're just going to reverse the process. So we already know that's going to sit like that. We've got to get this pigtail and put it back up in there, and it's only going to fit one way. You can see that these edges here, I hope you can see that, are squared off, and these are round, so it can only fit like this. Again, hopefully I'm not blocking your view with everything. It's hard to get in here. All right, that's in. Gonna hang that back on there. I keep hitting the button for the light because it's such a confined space. There we go. I just noticed something. I'm confident that I only took out 2 bolts out of this when I had it on the table, but it's showing a witness of a 3rd one right there. So I'm going to look and see if I'm missing something. We'll find out. So here's the crazy thing. I was looking at this with a really bright light, and it appears there were only 2 bolts holding that on, and they were on the bottom of the motor. This one never had anything in it. There's no cut threads on this upper one at all, so it's just been working off of these 2. I think we're further ahead using those 2 bottom ones down there. I think that, or the upper and lower, I should say, so that it's supported that way rather than just those 2. Okay, here's the test. Flip the switch. Look at that. The motor turns. Haha, good deal. Okay, everything's in place. It's been making ice. Let's see if it works. Is there not enough in there? Okay, so I tried to get ice and I didn't allow the ice maker to make it. It takes time for that to happen. So now I'm going to try it again. Awesome. We now have ice again. Okay, it worked and I'm very happy about that. I hope you found some information in this video that may help you if you have a similar problem with your freezer. If you would, leave a comment and a thumbs up, and I wish you a Happy New Year. Until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.